dog, I'm like, y'all, I would telling somebody, and I even me saying to catch a case, baby mom probably wasn't even the reference point in comparison. Although I do feel like men often project things that men need to go through, telling them not to do. Right? Don't fuck while you're young. It's like, bro, you fuck. That, like, I don't like when married men try to stop single men from being single men. It's like, bro, you went through your journey and you got to the point of maturity.
Right.
Every man's process is different. Are we excusing men for being irresponsible? Absolutely not. But a man will learn on his own terms. We can try to set the stage for that. The second part about it is like you trying to project marriage onto him, and now it's like you ultra monogamous, but it's because you went through all of your phases to become that way. This little nigga 20.
Right.
Like, he ain't there yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about niggas 38. I'm talking about this motherfucker's 21, 22 years old. Y'all telling them, oh, settle down, find them. But what I will give credit to our generation is we kind of do be kind of telling the young boys, like, no, kind of like get yourself together first.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is the proper advice method then, or delivery system?
It depends on what the kid want. If a kid want marriage young, then you coach them to that. Look, this is what you're up against. This is what you're giving up. This is what you're gonna be dealing with. You know, and I'm saying that this is what a married man can say to him. But if a kid just kind of trying to figure himself out, I don't think you should try to push that on him. I think that you should try to push being responsible. Look, don't just be out here playing in girls' face. Have morals, have dignity, carry yourself a certain way, be respectful, be honest. So that way, even if you are dating multiple different women, at least you're not playing in multiple different women's face. Be a giver, don't be a taker. See, because the thing about it is the difference between givers and takers. As a giver, me having 5 women is different than a taker having 5 women. As a giver, if I have 5 women, that's 5 times the responsibility, because to some capacity I'm going to provide. Even if I'm not paying all these bills because we're not exclusive, if I'm taking you on dates, I'm paying. If you got a problem, you need to talk, I'm listening. If you need some type of resource, I'm providing it. That's times 5. Whereas though if a man is just a taker, then he got 5 chicks that's doing for him. He got 5 girls buying him sneakers, got 5 girls buying him different games and different clothes. And so it's easy for him to be able to navigate that because there's no responsibility or no give or reciprocity coming from his end, versus somebody who's actually a provider and a giver is like, I'm timing that by 5. So if you make a young boy understand, like, we not trying to train you to be a womanizer, a taker, you're not even gonna want to give 5 girls energy, effort, attention, and money. That'll kind of lean him toward the direction of monogamy versus trying to force it on him. So that's how I would see it if a kid not trying to be that. It's like, all right, well, just remember that 5 girls is 5 times the headaches. 5 girls is 5 chances of you getting a baby mom. 5 girls is 5 chances of, you know, you coming up with something. Like, it's different things that gets amplified when you deal with multiple women that we want you to account for. And if you can accept all of these terms, then you got to take accountability for where that end up, versus it being like, I'm gonna condemn you for being young when I was just doing the same shit as a young boy. And, you know, to flip it back to what I was saying about the women with the don't do this unless it's for your husband, let them get the husband first, right? Like, I feel like dog, like, we got this rolling thing where, you know, we laughing about, you know, every woman, you know, we looking for P31s and every woman just happen to be a P31, but it really ain't too many P31 really walking around, you know what I mean? But it's like, and, you know, for people that don't know, the context, it's just Proverbs 31. I don't have it in depth.
Well, I mean, at least it's
Proverbs 31. So it's a rolling thing right now going on where, you know, it's like describing the submissive woman and, you know, like the woman that a man will want. So most men want a P31 and most women are calling themselves P31. So,
and they're not around.
I mean, just become a P31. Like, just get in the gym, you know what I'm saying? Get in your book. Like, do what you got to do to become that. Like, you know, that's like a man calling himself a provider, but then he live at home with his mom. He don't got no job. Like, what are you providing, bro? Headaches? So it's like, you know, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So become what you say that you are. You can proclaim it, but become it. And I'm all right with that. But yeah, that's kind of the way I'll swing it to a young boy. Like, you know, I was not the kid that was fucking monogamous. I wasn't. Like, I was doing me. So understand that I'm only can even think about being monogamous now, because I've said for numerous times I'm not monogamous, right? But in reality, I am monogamous because I don't cheat. I choose monogamy. But I'll just be saying that in the sense of, like, as a man, you know, we men, right? I'm naturally a hunter, but my discipline makes me monogamous. Like, I'm not monogamous because of nature. I'm monogamous because of discipline. I choose monogamy. I chose not to cheat on my girlfriends. You know, I had my first run into my first relationship, and, you know, I learned, you know what I mean? Even though I never was caught for it, God convicted me in a way that made me realize, you know what, this is not how I want to carry myself. I'm cool with that. Not even if she don't know, God know, I'm cool on that. So for me, my discipline makes me be okay with saying, you know what, I don't look to play in no girl face. I don't have to lie to you. I don't look to do nothing. If I'm single, I'm single. You'll know that. And if we exclusive, you'll know that. And I'm cool with that. Once I'm exclusive, I'm exclusive. I choose monogamy.
And I was going to land with one. It was the counter perspective of, you know, the first girl who she said, and then to pick me, and this is the other side. Majority of the time this is done, I'm cooking 3 dates in. Majority of the time this is done is to prove themselves a performance, not because a woman actually wants to do so. She just wants the points and a pat on the back to get picked. You don't need to do that. It's the same women typically find themselves in a man's house, in a man's house cleaning. Right, that's bad as well. Then it's like, hope this help. You lead with what you can give, not what you are. You over interest early, gifts, favors, and bending schedules. Why do this? Why you do this? You believe love must be earned. Solution: let people meet you without the performance.
So, Tom, that was the counter?
That was so. The whole first half is like majority of the time you do it because of performance, not a real act. And then she ended with that part. I thought that was actually interesting. I'm just like, okay, this is actually interesting language here, but
no, I think pick me's get picked
for sure.
Or they wouldn't have a title.
Yeah.
Like, shit that's titled typically be what it is. Like, a basketball player plays basketball, football player plays football.
Well, they pick me's because they're doing anything to get picked.
Pick me's get picked.
They still get picked. Fair. I got it. They got
Pick
picked.
me's get picked.
That's fair.
If you fucking enter the draft, you doing shit to get picked. I'm not running a 40. I'm not running a combine. I'm not doing this. I'm not showing up to my pro day workout. Okay, then your fucking draft stock will be hurt. Flat out, everybody can't skip a fucking pro day. And that's the advice that y'all giving people that's fucked up. And I'm metaphorically speaking, for women, everybody, you can't skip a pro day. So you can't skip cooking. You can't skip cleaning. You can't skip performing to earn a motherfucking love because you're not the only one that's trying to earn it. And when Drake said you're not the only one that's trying to be the only one, I think that women think that they're the only ones that got options. So you think that because you have options in your DM that might not even be qualified or quality, that a man is not having options, and then be mad at the man for exploring his options and thinking that he's playing in your face when you don't even want to show up to your pro day to get picked. You have a stigma and a negative connotation saying, oh, I don't want to be a pick me, but pick me's get picked. The people that show up to the combine and put the most effort in get the higher draft. You know how many people was not even supposed to go in the first and second round? They had a good fucking pro day, and next thing you know, they rise above all the top prospects. Yeah, don't think you a top prospect, but you can't be surpassed by a woman that's putting in the effort. Get okay with putting in the effort. Put the effort in because it's going to ultimately land you where you want to be. And don't listen to people that tell you not to put it in. Effort don't cost you nothing. Yes, it's energy. And if it's taxing and you feel like it's leading to nothing, then don't do it. But the fact of the matter is, you should give effort at everything you're doing. Anything you sign up for, you should give effort. Why say, oh, I'm going to date you, but I'm going to cut all of this shit out until we get past this point? I would much rather you feel that way about sex. Like you cooking, I'm going cooking. We talking about you adding an extra piece of chicken to a plate. You was gonna do this shit anyway. We talking about. I'm not saying you gotta go come to my crib and clean up. I'll clean up behind myself. I don't need nobody to clean up for me. But cooking, we talking about food. We talking about like natural shit to survive. Like you're not gonna feed me, but you gonna fuck me. It's crazy. Like that yo, make it make sense.
Like you're a cook for yourself. You can just put it to the side for me.
Can't get the leftovers. Like I know you didn't. There's no way you can cook for one. There's no way to cook for one. I cook, and every time I cook, I have leftovers.
Right.
So I can't get the leftovers. Like, but you want me to marry you?
Can't get
Look at your mindset. Look at what your mind is set on. And the thing is, women, y'all be tricking yourselves out your spot, and y'all don't even dig it. Multiple ways. Y'all listening to your friends who could be possibly, and I'm not even wanting to push this type of shit, right? But you could be listening to a friend whose perspective just don't fit the ending that you want. So that's how I'm gonna frame it. You listening to a friend whose perspective don't fit the ending you want, and you think she mean well because she a friend, but in reality, her reality don't match your reality, and she fucking up your reality by the advice that she giving you. Secondly is you thinking you don't have to give effort. Like you thinking that you could just show up and that you're not being observed. If it is performance based, everything is performance based. Why would if I can only pick one, why would I pick you to run my franchise if you don't even want to show up and perform? You know what I'm saying? It's funny because I actually got something else that I was going to say in regard to the same matter. Oh, another two things. Thinking the grass is greener. That's like me. Like thinking the grass is greener, you think that because you have options that they could give you more than what you're currently getting, and you think it's better deals out there. And then the last one is just seeking validation. Like some of y'all won't even show up in ways that y'all naturally want to show up because you don't want to be condemned. I literally have heard women say some real ass shit about women and say, but I can never say that because they're going to call me a pick me. What? I just almost fell in love with you. But now you saying that, I'm kind of turned off by you. Because now you let me know you don't even think for yourself because the opinion of others is ruling your decisions, which means that our relationship is going to be ran by the outside. And I'm not signing up for that. So, ladies, stop tricking yourself out your spot. And it's like, dog, like, as much as y'all want us to talk to the men about the way they tricking themselves and we do it, like, at some point we got to just get y'all the mirror and say, hun, as much makeup as you putting on in this mirror, I just want you to see yourself real quick. I want you to see yourself for what it is before you do all that. Before you dress it up, just see yourself and be okay with that. So then when you go into the world, nothing nobody can tell you about yourself.